have it. Thanks for coming along for a lively ride. It is our privilege to confront the presidents and arm you with facts about your country, which remains the land of opportunity. They say knowledge is power. Prepare to get stronger. Chapter 1. February 15th, 1787, Mount Vernon, Virginia, dawn. George Washington is mad at his mother. The former Revolutionary War hero, now turned citizen farmer, sits at the small wooden desk in his study. He is nearly 55 years old and deeply involved with the formation of the new United States of America. Washington rose before 5 a.m. to sort out the paperwork for his 8,000-acre plantation as per usual. He is meticulous in keeping financial records. Travelers on the road north to Philadelphia and New York City often stop to pay their respects, so many that Washington compares his home to a tavern. Best to conduct personal affairs before well-meaning individuals interrupt him on this cold winter day. Some 2 months from now, George Washington will ride on horseback 150 miles to Philadelphia to participate in a constitutional convention with delegates from 12 American states. The main goal is to determine the most effective way to choose a national leader. There are other issues, such as how many representatives each state will have in Congress and how to count slaves for the purposes of taxation and representation. Washington well knows that he is under consideration to lead the country, but at this point, he has no idea how that will happen. However, what currently matters most is his mother's ire. She is torturing him. So, Washington dips his quill in the inkwell and resumes writing. In the last 2 years, I made no crops, he informs Mary Washington, nearly 80 years old, referring to his financial hardships. In the first, I was obliged to buy corn, and this year have none to sell, and my wheat is so bad I cannot neither eat it myself nor sell it to others, and tobacco I make none. Those who owe me money cannot or will not pay it. Footnote: this letter can be found in the National Archives. End footnote. Despite his situation, George Washington will not refuse his mother's pleas for money. He is stoic, never once speaking out against her behavior. In consequence of your communication of your want of money, he replies to Mary's most recent financial demand, I take the first safe conveyance to send you 15 guineas, which, believe me, is all I have. This is not the first squabble between mother and son over cash. It has been 44 years since Washington's father Augustine died of a fever after riding horseback in a storm. His mother never remarried. In her solitude, Mary has been obsessed with money. She blames her son George because he, not Mary, inherited the bulk of his father's property. He is now considered the head of the family. As a result, Washington's mother believes she is poor and that it is George's fault. He regularly offers her personal loans, which are never repaid. Mary frequently complains to neighbors and friends that she lives in poverty, even though she receives substantial amounts of money from her small plantation just outside of Fredericksburg. All of this is a major annoyance to George and his wife Martha, who are embarrassed by Mary Washington's public complaints. She never writes a single word of praise or congratulations. After his Revolutionary War victory at Yorktown, George Washington left the battlefield and rode directly to his mother's home. She was not there. He could not wait, as pressing military duties were upon him. Unhappy, Mary Washington quickly wrote a bitter letter scolding her son for his departure, and never once mentioning his triumph that effectively defeated the British once and for all. Also, in 1781, Mary again embarrasses her oldest son by appealing to the Virginia legislature demanding a pension. George Washington quickly writes his friend Benjamin Harrison, Virginia legislator and father and grandfather to 2 future American presidents, suggesting that the request be denied. In the letter, Washington details the true state of his mother's affairs, telling Harrison that she has not a child that would not divide their last sixpence to relieve